Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome back. I am Ashley here at Eternal Heart Goddess, and this is your angelic intuitive guidance, okay, for the Lionsgate portal. All right. Trust that all of these readings are full of truth, love, and light. And of course, they are timeless. So trust that you're here for a purpose, okay? Before we get started, just to let you know, all personal readings and donation info will be down in the description box below, per usual. So ahead of time, thank you for supporting this space, whether it's been through your likes, your shares, your subscriptions as well, okay? And don't forget, when you subscribe, to hit that bell so that you can get notified about all of the posts in the future so that you don't miss out on these important messages, okay? So with that said, let's get into your message. I do have 4 piles here today. This reading today is going to be covering what is being healed and left behind in this particular Lionsgate portal for you. What is being awakened and activated within you moving forward, and then any angelic advice to close on that. You have your 4 piles, all represented by some form of jewelry here. For pile 1, you have the amethyst heart. Pile 2, you have the rose quartz heart to represent your pile. Pile 3, you have the rose quartz bracelet. And pile 4, you have the seashell necklace, okay? So at this time, go ahead and pause the video. Select the pile of piles that you see that yourself is drawn to at this time, as that will be your message concerning what the Lionsgate portal is awakening for you at this time. Let's get into it. Pile 1, welcome to your Lionsgate portal message. Okay, that was activated on July 26th, at its peak on August 8th. Okay, and will be closing on August 12th. Okay, so you may feel this is what you may be feeling a pull towards. Okay, so our first question, pile 1, is to simply ask the angels, what is being healed for you at this time during this Lionsgate portal? What is being healed for my pile 1 collective at this time during this Lionsgate portal, angels? What's being healed? Factions of love is being healed. Okay, what's being healed? You not freeing yourself from something. Okay, so what's being healed? You feeling stuck, trapped. Okay, pile 1, feeling like you don't have a way out of something, feeling tied to something with this red ribbon, usually in matters of love. Some of you could feel trapped to a situation that is unchanging in its cycles, in its ways. Okay, you literally have healing at the bottom of the deck. Some of you, what is being healed is that you're being set free, because this card did try to come out in turn, which means we're no longer trapped. So what's being healed is you not freeing yourself and doing the proper healing here. Okay, what's being healed? Basically your ability to trust is being healed. Okay, maybe you've been stuck to certain cycles, closing yourself off, keeping yourself distant to some level, pile 1. Okay, and you're freeing yourself from that. That is being healed. Feeling isolated, feeling trapped. Some of you feeling like you can't trust, feeling not loved, tied to certain things of the past. Okay, you're being freed during this Lionsgate portal, and absolutely doing the healing that needs to be done so that you can trust again. Some of you are you don't trust. It could be you don't trust love, you don't trust situations, you don't feel safe in situations. Okay, and that is something that you are healing. You're freeing yourself from that through the healing so that you can trust your path, you can trust your journey. Maybe for some of you, you can trust yourself to love. You can trust your friendships, you can trust your relationships. Okay, so that is what's being healed. and being left behind. Also, for some of you, healing yourself from entrapment into relationships and situations that don't serve you with this red ribbon. Things that it's time to let go, to cut yourself away from, and heal what keeps drawing you to these very stagnating situations or stifling situations, pile one, and absolutely healing the root cause of that. Okay, the root cause of it, so that you can start seeing the abundance, that love has to offer. The things that you have to offer, really seeing yourself clearly here. Okay, some of you could be healing your inability to meditate, to think clearly, to make clear decisions and choices. Maybe it's starting to trust your own inner guidance, your own intuition as well. Okay, freeing yourself. Maybe you're very logical in this pile, and there is no logic in love. There's no logic to your intuition and what you know. Okay, so some of you, what's being healed is now your ability to just even trust yourself and your own decisions. Trust where you're being led. This light is shining from, like the higher power. It's like, I'm trusting God. I'm trusting my journey now. So that's what's being healed for you. Okay. You could also start to see, because this is being healed, you could also start to feel like you see the signs that God has given you where you couldn't see it before. Okay. That the universe is showing you that where you could not see before, because you have this bird, you're getting a higher perspective as well, is what I see as being healed for you. Okay. So let's talk about what's being awakened for you. What is being awakened? Okay. For my pile one during this line gate. Angels, what's being awakened for my pile one collective? I just heard for some of y'all, your ability to win, okay? Maybe even to see your wins. What's being activated? What's being awakened for my pile one collective? Yeah, King of Wands, King of Fire here is being awakened for y'all in pile one. This is being more resourceful. This is your own ability to inspire, to lead, to innovate, okay? This is ideas. This is creativity, okay? This is also realizing how appealing you are for some of you. Maybe you're awakening to your own beauty to some capacity, your own handsomeness if you're a man as well, because to me this is also physical. These are the wands, how amazing you are, how great your ideas are, how good you lead, okay? So if you are healing yourself, through freedom, healing, and trust, guess what? Now you're trusting yourself. You're trusting your own ideas. You're trusting your own abilities now, okay? The belief in yourself literally is awakening, okay? What was paused before is now being brought with this, with this time. What is this? Why can't I think of the name of what this is? This little, that drops the sand. It's turned over, okay? So I think there was a pause on your belief in yourself, your ideas, your ability to lead. I think that was stifled because you didn't feel free. You felt tied to something that may have been hurting you, pile one. And because that is being healed and your ability to trust in yourself, because this light is like shining on this figure here, your ability to trust in yourself now leads you to awaken this innovative, inspirational, high-driven, boss mentality within yourself, okay? And that's what is being awakened after a long pause, after a delay. There's a perspective change when it comes to how you look at yourself. That's what's being awakened, like literally the star, having faith again in yourself, in the universe. Okay. It could be that we felt stuck. Maybe there's a time period, pile one, where you feel like you weren't getting the things that you wanted to get. You weren't getting what you were given, what you were giving. Okay. And you have to heal from this and trust that it will come. Okay. Freeing yourself from things with this red ribbon that you have felt like you were obligated to. Okay. So this is like, okay, I brought you the key. Like literally there's a dragonfly bringing this figure that's caged up the key. So the universe during this Lionsgate portal is literally giving you the key to free yourself and heal so that you can trust again in your own abilities as well. To see things, what's awakening for you and being activated, a new perspective, okay, on self, on situations, on who you are. Okay, because this matters about how you see yourself, and your opinion of yourself is matters above anyone else's. Okay, give me a second. Cards are flying. Cards are flying. I'm going to keep shuffling. So what else is being awakened? Okay. Also, for some of you, what's being awakened, your ability to take a break, take a pause, and collect your thoughts. Maybe you're going with this King of Fire, okay? And you're taking some time out for yourself and not feeling guilty about it, because you have to take time in order to heal some things, a retreat, a couple days off, and not feeling guilty about it, and taking the time to heal yourself of these things, whatever it is. What else is being awakened for you? Pile one. Oh, this came and then flipped upside down. You have the Seven of Cups, okay? Choices, procrastination. What's being awakened for you? I feel like you're narrowing down the things that you want. Maybe you were all over the place with the things you want, or things that you thought you wanted, realizing that you didn't like what was in that cup, okay? So narrowing down things is what I'm getting here. No longer things being up in the air, or, I just heard like you being misunderstood. You're getting very clear about what you want, okay, in your life, okay? Instead of procrastinating, instead of having this plethora of everything. And it could be that you're awakening, you've narrowed it down because you tried so many different things, okay? You know now what works and what doesn't work. So you've narrowed those things down. You've made your, excuse me, you've pinpointed your choices. You've pinpointed what you like. You've pinpointed what you don't like. And I think that's why you're able to now stand in your power and being inspiration, because now you know what it is that you want after taking the pause, after getting a new perspective. So now, because you trust your own decision-making ability, you've been able to narrow things down. And that's important. It's important to narrow what you want and what you don't want. Why? Because do you want to attract everything to you? Everything. You know what I'm saying? That's like taking a swing in the dark, basically. You've been taking a swing in the dark, not really knowing. But I think now what it's saying is that you're narrowing those things down, where you felt stuck and confused and doubted yourself. That's what it's releasing you from. You're no longer feeling blocked, but you're feeling very abundant. Like, I can have what I want. I can do amazing things. I simply had to free myself from this from this Eight of Swords energy here. Okay. Like I didn't have free will. Like I didn't have a choice, acting limited, in your abilities to some capacity. And this can show up in different ways. Acting like you were limited in love, love options, when you're really not. That was something that you put yourself in this box because of the things that you did not heal, or you thought you healed from. You no longer trusted your ability to possibly even make decisions again. Okay. So that's changing because you're standing in your power. You took a pause. You're healing this so that you can narrow down what it is that you want. Okay. Which is ultimately going to take you out of this feeling stuck, feeling limited. Okay. You've only limited yourself. Okay. So that you can meet a match. I split the deck and you got the Queen of Fire. You have the King of Fire here. You need people who match your level of enthusiasm, determination, innovation. Okay. If you're a go-getter, you need someone who matches that energy, because if not, you keep limiting yourself with your own choices is basically what I'm getting at here. Okay, pile one, your own choices, the choices you're not happy about, your decisions have kind of put you in this state of always feeling stuck and tied to something that doesn't really match your energy. Okay. So that's what's also being healed. I'm also going to pull a couple love messages as far as what's being healed in love for you, or what's being awakened in love, you know, what's being awakened in love. Okay. This tried to come upside down. Upright, it says one day, someday, somewhere, another time. I think that you're no longer waiting for someday, sometime, a perfect situation to take a step, to go after something, to leave something, hoping for there to be some type of change where you are, a bigger footprint. You know, these are kind of like, you know, with this paint here on the foot, they're painting where they are. They're creating where they are. Their footprint is like kind of just only within the vicinity of where they are. But when it's upside down, we're trying to make a bigger footprint. We're trying to have more experiences. We're trying to leave a bigger trail behind, like, of the things that we've done, the places we've been, the things that we've experienced, especially with you being freeing yourself from something. That's what's being healed, is you basically entrapping yourself and tying yourself to people who, people, places, or things, okay, that just don't serve you. You can't do what you want to do, okay? Also at the bottom, yeah, you have confessions, unveiling, coming clean, okay? That's what's being healed. Maybe you're being more honest with yourself and others about the things that you truly want, that you truly want to experience. Stop restricting yourself because you think that things have to be a certain way. If you are a certain person, it's not to limit yourself because you think, oh, I have to be this way in order to have the ideal relationship or connection. You are who you are, and you're only stagnating and holding yourself hostage in these situations that don't serve you. So what's being awakened is your ability to make a bigger footprint, you know, to explore more, okay? What's being awakened? Your truth is being revealed to you, okay? Your truth could even be being revealed to you through the mirroring that other people give you, okay? Sometimes we try to tell ourselves something, but people are also able to observe and pick up on things that maybe you know, that you're not seeing, because the Eight of Air says, I can't see, you know, maybe you weren't seeing yourself clearly, okay? And your truth being revealed, you know, like you're holding yourself back from things, pile one, what you really want to be doing, you know. I just heard like holding your own feet to the fire, okay? And really and truly, it's being like dishonest with yourself, confessing your own truth, seeing your own elusiveness or the dishonesty. It could be also that this is awakening the truth in others for you to see it as well. Things that you hold on and cling to and obsess over, you really seeing the truth in those things. That's what this Lionsgate is awakening, the truth versus the lie, okay? Not someday I'll know the truth, but today I can know the truth, okay? Not waiting it out, but seeing the truth for what it is, seeing the deception seeing the elusiveness even within yourself, what you really want and what you hold on to. Okay, maybe holding on to the truth, maybe holding on, you know what I'm saying, being dishonest about how you actually feel as well. Okay. What else is being healed when it comes to love or being awakened in love? Okay. This is kind of that thing where, if you live in your truth, you'll see who really is going to stick around. You'll see what's really worth holding on to. If you live in your truth, is what the Lionsgate portal is saying. It will no longer leave you conflicted, leave you with the inability to make the proper decisions, okay? To narrow things down, you have to make proper decisions. You have to be honest with yourself. You have to get the truth. You can't be dishonest or act like you don't see what's happening. It's not about one day, someday it'll be. It's like, it can be that now, okay? Is what I'm seeing here. I hope this makes sense. Yeah, because you have healing, releasing, purifying, and cleansing. Okay. And also what it's awakening is your ability to let go of what you're holding on to when it comes to situations. Okay. Maybe you don't let things go until you get down to the truth, you know what I'm saying? To the core, to the truth, get in, of the lie or whatever the case may be, even within yourself. But again, you're holding yourself up with one day being upside down. Okay. Don't hold yourself in place with the cage here. All right. I'm going to pull a couple more cards about what's being healed when it comes to love. What's being healed when it comes to love for pile 1? What's being healed? I hope this makes sense. I feel like this was kind of all over the place. Yeah, guilt, feeling guilty. Okay. Yeah. And with that coming over confessions and dishonesty, I'm just going to say it, kind of living in between the lies and the truth. You're kind of walking a thin line between lies and truth, okay? And guilt. Carrying things possibly that are not yours. Or, this could be in many different ways. Oh my gosh, because I'm reading for so many people. I don't want these to be too long, okay? You have commitment on the bottom, so I'm just going to say it because this is for somebody. Feeling guilty, some of you, okay, it's possible that you're trying to convince yourself that you're ready for commitment and you're not. Because commitment is restrictive to you, and that's the truth. But you're walking the line between your truth and the lie here with feeling guilty and commitment. Okay? Maybe wanting to experience something because you think that that's what you're supposed to do. Okay? But also feeling like maybe that's also going to be restrictive for you. Wanting something, but also not ready for it. Okay? Wanting something, but not being able to live in your truth about it, about who you are, what you like to do, whatever the case may be. It looks good. Okay? There will be a time and a place for those things when it's time for you to. Okay? Yeah. What's being healed? There's going to be certain truths revealed to you as well. Okay? If you're currently dealing with somebody, maybe they're going to confess about something that they did. Okay? That's what's also being healed. being honest, revealing, because you have confessional and you have reveal. I want to tell you the truth. And this could be somebody that you're currently committed to as well, who feels guilty about something. Or this could be you, something that you're holding on to. You know the truth, but you tell the lie. Okay, this could be them or this could be you. For some of y'all. All right. For some of you, this person or you feels guilty, and the truth is that they're still wanting to commit, possibly even to something of the past, you know, and they're going to reveal that to you for some of y'all. Okay. You know, commitment. I see 2 rings here. You know, for some of y'all, this could show up as, you know, they want to be with you, but maybe they don't want to marry you. They don't want to solidify the commitment. Maybe they're not ready, right? This being upside down. I'm not ready yet. Maybe someday, one day, but not right now. Okay. So this is kind of a situation where, you know, you got to heal also rushing into things. Okay. Because you think this is what you should do. Yeah. Indecisiveness. You know, this is healing someone's indecisiveness. Or if things aren't happening, what's about to be revealed to you is why it's not. You or another person could feel guilty because you know the truth, yet you are, you know, in a way, but have this elusiveness, being a little bit deceptive about it. But all the while still feeling guilty about it because it needs to be revealed that you're indecisive. You could be indecisive in love, and this is being healed. I'm just going to live in my truth, right? You have the freedom to do that with freedom here. Why don't you feel free to live according to how you see fit for yourself? Don't try to tie yourself down if that's not what you really want to do. So the Lion's Gate is healing that for you. You know, maybe now after this, you're going to just live your life. You're going to heal that, and you're going to trust like, hey, this is who I am. This is what I do. You know, I don't want to be tied down. It's too stifling for me. It creates limitations in my life. I feel like I have no options and choices and decisions, and you don't like that. And maybe you're awakening to that perspective and being okay with it. Okay. Yeah. As you wait on a divine connection, you'll know when it's the right connection for you. It won't feel forced. You won't have to beg for it with the divine connection here with the twin flame, okay? With signs and meanings of love, okay? Maybe the choices that you've made up to this point and you being indecisive or you coming across indecisive people is because these aren't the ones. So what's being awakened and healed is your ability to pinpoint what connection, divine connection, and real connection looks like. It'll become clear to you. You're going to see the mask, okay? Because this is upside down. You're going to see people for who they really are. You're going to see the signs early where you weren't seeing them before. Okay? So that's what I'm seeing for you. And this could be in all forms of relationships, okay? Not knowing the truth, but also knowing that there's some hidden things in situations if this isn't you, okay? Is what I'm seeing here for the Lion's Gate. That's specific to somebody. I don't know. I'm sorry. This just kind of seemed a little all over the place for me. Okay? But pile 1, this is what I have for you. I hope the person that chooses this pile, like, this makes sense for you, okay? And that could also be a sign that your feelings have kind of been all over the place. Your thoughts have been all over the place. And that's what you're freeing yourself from, is just the over processing of everything, the over analyzing of every little thing that someone does or doesn't do, or it's like, it's kind of it's driven you up the wall. It's kind of driven you a little crazy. Okay. And maybe that's what it is, because I felt like I was all over the place. Anywho, this is what I have for you for your Lionsgate message. I truly do hope this helped. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Also, again, personal readings and donation info is in the description box below. Peace, love, and ascension. Bye. Pile 2, welcome to your Lionsgate portal angelic messages and guidance, okay? We're going to first look into, again, if you skipped over the intro, we're looking into what is this Lionsgate portal healing for you, okay? Or asking you to leave behind now, all right? We're also going to look into what is now being awakened and activated within you. And then any final advice, we'll look into just, overall what's being healed. And then I'll also look into love, because what I am noticing with this Lionsgate portal, it's a lot of past love issues that is being healed for people that were blockages to you. So pile 2, we have you here. What's being healed? Literally your well-being. So this could literally be your health, your physicality is being healed during this Lionsgate. Maybe you now taking the proper rest. Okay. Maybe for some of y'all, also you're healing during your rest. You're healing during your sleep. That is what's being healed during this time. Okay. You're transforming as you rest here in pile 2. I literally see that. You got the butterflies here. So you are having transformations even through your rest and relaxation, pile 2. Okay. When you're taking care of yourself, that is when you are transforming. Okay. Pile 2, that's what I'm seeing for you. What else is being healed from my pile 2 collective who chose? Pile 1 also got this, trust. Okay. Trusting in your, for some of you also, it's like trusting what your body is telling you as well. So your ability to trust is being healed. I noticed that a lot of us during this Lionsgate, we're reactivating our ability to trust and to have faith. Okay. What's being healed for you is your boundaries. Okay. Your boundaries. Maybe you were lacking boundaries, pile 2, but creating more, basically protecting your energy. Okay. Is being healed. Who you have around is being healed. But just your overall boundaries is being healed, and trusting also that even with you creating boundaries for yourself now, trust that the people who are supposed to be around, I already knew this, bottom of the deck, family, okay, will continue to support. Having boundaries in family also for some of y'all. Maybe what's being healed is you taking care of yourself now and trusting that you instilling these boundaries, even for some of y'all, even towards family, having boundaries with your family. Okay. People crossing the line, not taking care of yourself, not trusting that you'll be okay or they'll be okay, even if you put up these certain boundaries with them. Okay. That is what's being healed for some of y'all. All right. Boundaries with people that you love or that love you. Okay. Possibly people that were pulling on your heartstrings, possibly people that were coming to you for every little thing. Ooh, we got cards flying. Okay. For answers, for transformations, like you have answers, transformations, like this is all being healed for you. Okay. You taking care of yourself is going to help you make the transformations that you need to make for you with well-being here. You trusting your own guidance. Okay. So any self-doubt that you have, also what's being healed for you, because I feel like while this tells a story, these are also all separate for you. Okay. So what's being healed for you is also the boundaries whether that's boundaries with other people, boundaries with yourself, with your sacred space, I just heard, also pile 2. But also lightening your load to have an answer for people. Maybe family comes to you for everything. Lightening your load, like, you know, not taking on the responsibility and obligation of everyone's transformations. If you're that kind of person, you know, what's also being healed for you is this is a time of forgiveness. Okay. So you're healing, you're transforming. Okay. Not having all the answers is being healed, not knowing what's next all the time, and trusting that you know, the answers will show up when they need to. Okay. Your ability to forgive also the past. Okay. Creating boundaries with people that you know. Because a lot of times you could see, like, when people, you know, people don't create the necessary boundaries with people that they know and love and that they grew up with and that they're always around. But this tells me that that part of you is being healed now, where you don't feel guilty and you trust that this is what's best for you. Creating boundaries for your own well-being, taking care of yourself first, saying no when you need to, not carrying the burdens and the heaviness and the duty and the weight of everybody because you seem like you have the answers. And while you may have the answers, okay, and this could also be saying that what's being healed for you is your prayers actually being answered. You actually having the answers that you need, that offer the transformation and the forgiveness of situations, of yourself. That's what's being healed. There's a lot here for pile 2. Okay. Trusting in your path is another thing that I see. Trusting that it's okay for you to rest while you transmute, transform, transcend. Okay. Not carrying on the load of everything, but also allowing people to be an answer for you, to be a support to you also. Not carrying the load and feeling like you have to have all the answers for everyone. Okay, is what I'm seeing there. Let's see what else is being healed for you when it comes to love. What is being healed for my pile 2 collective when it comes for love, to love? Okay. Soul contracts. Okay. The lessons that you've learned, things could be coming to an end as well. You've learned what you needed to learn. It's time to let the burdens go. Again, creating boundaries with the people. When I see family that you've been around, that you have history with, that you grew up with, that you love, that you see what I'm saying? The lessons I learned from us will never be forgotten, you know? What's being healed in love is the, you know, contracts coming to its completion, okay? Contracts coming to its completion. Lessons being learned. Look at this. It could be a new chapter taking place in the areas of love as well. Okay, because of the lessons learned. You're able to finally move on, let go, and move on to a new chapter with I am trying to move on because you've learned the lessons of those connections. Okay, you've transformed, you know, what needed to transform within those lessons. And now it's time to forgive and let go so that you can move on from the lessons learned. You see what I'm saying? So this this pile is kind of like you already did the work. You already did what you needed to do. Okay, you're healing these things, or you've healed these things. You know, for some of y'all, reminiscing, replaying things in your mind, okay, is being healed. How to learn a lesson and move on is being healed. Okay. That's what I see here. All right. Forgiving situations that left you unsatisfied, unhappy. Okay. Also, that didn't grow into much because this is an older couple. Okay. Things that didn't quite become what you wanted them to become and forgiving those things. What is being healed? Goodness gracious. All kind of stuff want to come out, child. Hold on. 1 second. If I can get this. Okay. Yeah, cutting ties. Again, the ability to move on from situations where you've already learned all that you can learn. It's already progressed to the point of like where it could progress, the level that it could progress to. Okay. Also passion came out. Okay. What's being healed is you being passionate about something again. Okay. Having the equal interest in chemistry. Okay. Maybe you're always unsatisfied because you're not happy with the circumstances. You're left neglected, unfulfilled, pile 2, in a lot of your connections, whether they're family, whether they're lovers, whether they're friends. It's like you have all the, I see what's going on here. You've had all the answers for everyone else, but no one has had an answer for you. You've been what you needed to be to everyone else, but the people around you have not been to you what you needed them to be. Yet you're tied to them, yet you can't move on from them, even while being left unsatisfied. What's also being healed is backstabbing situations where you're left in pain, okay? Is being healed for you. These are the things you're forgiving. What people didn't have the ability to be to you, but you had the ability to be to them. Toxic situations, people not being fair to you. Okay, again, you being everything to everyone and them not being able to be these things to you. If that makes sense, pile 2. See, yours is just flowing. Pile 1's was all over the place. Yeah. Liars, deceivers, okay? People who backstab you. Yeah. And, people who want second chances. And for what? You've learned the lesson with them, but they want to keep going. They want to keep driving this forward, but it's not really forward movement when it comes to you're forgiving where you tried and no transformation happened. You're getting out of the loop. Yeah, dealing with narcissists, dealing with people who just are not capable. Okay? Who haven't been capable of what you're capable of. Not committing. You know what I'm saying? Not being serious. I think you're releasing yourself from this through forgiveness. Yeah, poker face. Yeah, not taking chances because it's tried to come upside down. Okay? Not showing hand, hidden motives, all kind of things that you've experienced here. Okay? What's being awakened for you at this time? What's being awakened and activated for my pile 2 collective? And I'm going to close on this. I do hope this resonates with who it's supposed to. But pile 2, it just seems like you're closing chapters that have been open long enough. They've ran its course. Okay? Things have ran their course. What's being activated for you? Let me keep shuffling. What's being activated for my pile 2 during this Lionsgate portal? You had Queen of Air on the bottom of the deck. That's Queen of Swords. Again, that's boundaries. Page of Earth. I'm just looking at it as, because it's a scholar. It's prepared. You're learned. You've learned. You're learning and you've learned. Okay. All right. What's being activated for you is your ability to learn. Okay. Fairly quickly too. Learn. You're wiser also with the wise counselor here. You're wiser. You're more the wiser based on what you've learned, what you've seen. I don't need to keep experiencing this Yeah, what's being activated is your ability to have more control over your life, your circumstances, your choices, what you allow. Getting in the driver's seat is being activated for you, okay? Your boss energy, becoming the authority of your life, is being activated for you. And the people who benefited, like they say, the people who benefited from you having no boundaries are going to be the ones that's SOL. You've learned your lesson. Okay. So people no longer benefiting from you having no boundaries. That's what you healed, is creating boundaries with people. Okay. Yeah. And moving on confidently, okay, and enthusiastically, becoming more adventurous. I dare say some of y'all now going off and doing the things that are interest you, whether you're alone in it or not, going after the things that you want to go after. It's like, now it's time to take off. You're running now. You're running now. I'm going my own direction, like you're running on your path, okay? You're going your own direction because you've learned your lesson, okay? It may be hard for people to catch up with you, okay? It may be hard for people to catch up with you. And where you're headed, what's being activated is like your soul tribe is what I'm getting here too, with celebration, community, and friendship. New friendships, more support, people who are with you, people who support you, people who stand by you, okay, have your back, is being transformed as well, is what I can see. Because I just feel like this pile has not had it. You haven't had it, pile 2. This is what this line, yeah. You know what's being activated? Enlightenment, okay, for this pile. Recognition for who you really are. Being in the spotlight for some of y'all, okay? Being a big deal. Your health being also at its, its highest. You rising to the greatness of who you are as well. Who doesn't see the sun? Okay. Enlightenment, happiness, joy, seeing things clearly is being activated for you. Really going after the things that bring you joy and happiness and make you feel well. What's being healed is your ability to feel good with yourself as well, and in the control seat, and care less about rejection and everything else. Hell, I think that now you'll be drawing things towards you with the Emperor, the Knight, come on, and the Sun. And this is a one-way ticket, is what I'm looking at. When I see this, I'm like, it's like receiving a one-way ticket to, I don't know why I'm even seeing that, like godhood. Godhood. You're in control. You're shining, okay? Some of you might even be too much for people now, okay? And a healed heart as well. A healed heart that still forgives, but also now has boundaries in place. Okay, is what I'm seeing for you. So pile 2, this is what I'm seeing for your Lionsgate portal message. I truly do hope this helps. And I'm going to say, you know what, pile 2, good for you. Good for you. Because this is not saying that your heart is hardening. In fact, you have one of the most purest hearts, but it's time to, guard it as well a little bit. Pour some of that love that you've poured into others into yourself. And it's okay. It's okay. What's being healed is, you're releasing what you've learned already. It's time to start a new chapter. It's time to exit out of things that leave you unsatisfied, where the other party isn't up. They're not operating in their highest, you know what I'm saying? The highest version of themselves. You know, this is, you've had to be the bigger person in all the situations. Okay. Anywho, personal reads, donations down in the description box. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I truly do hope this helped. Love, peace, and ascension. Bye. Pile 3. Hello. If you skipped over the beginning, pile 3, we're talking about your Lionsgate portal, like what is being awakened for you, what's being healed for you, okay? And any angelic advice that the angels have at this time. Let's figure out, pile 3, what is the Lionsgate portal healing for you during this gate? Okay, you already got cards flying out. Okay. Some of y'all are grieving. What is it healing for you? Something to do with motherhood as well. I'm just going to say it because I see it. For some of y'all, the loss of a child is here with fertility, with this being the, like the mother, you know, the Empress is the mother. So this is the fertility card. She does have a pregnant belly. So for some of you, what is being healed during this Lionsgate? The loss of a child, the loss of the things that you invested in, the loss of the things that were in the midst of growing. Okay. For some of you, this could be the loss of a mother. For some of you, this could be the loss of a child. Okay. And that's not for everybody, but what's being healed for you is like, you know, for some of y'all, the loss of creativity, the loss of abundance is being healed, where things were stagnating, where you were feeling melancholy, despair is being healed for you as well. With grieving here, okay? The feminine is being healed within yourself, okay? Your time of grief, you know, is being healed. Maybe you've been grieving for a while concerning something. It could be mother issues as well, like grieving over a parent or the lack thereof. It could be something like that also is what I'm seeing, okay? What else is being healed? This tried to flip over. Okay. Pile 2 received boundaries as well, okay? Some of you also are healing, you know, boundaries. Of course, some of these things can be literally separate things. So some of you guys are healing, like, let's say that you, what's being healed for some of y'all is your ability maybe to conceive. I'm also seeing that. If you had conception issues, that's being healed. It's possible that after or through this Lionsgate, you're able to do so now, where there was a blockage is okay, because I'm seeing what I'm seeing, okay? Maybe you're healing the womb, okay? Again, the loss of a child, having boundaries or boundaries around you where you had the inability to do something prior that left you sad, that left you grieving, or whatever the case may be. For some of y'all, this is just simply your ability to, your abundance, your creativity, okay, has been stalled through because you've been grieving certain things, sad about things, okay, that kind of kept you from reaching certain things as well, okay? All of the piles seem to have a theme of trust is being healed, is what I'm seeing as well. Yeah, beauty. So another thing too that could be being healed for my pile 3 is image issues as well. How you see yourself, your physicality, okay? And the boundaries could be like, let's say that you want to lose weight, okay? That could be being healed for you at this time. Maybe having the necessary boundaries and restrictions can help you with this transformation as well, okay? So it could be one of these things, and it could be all of these things. It just depends on who you are, okay? You know, like let's say you had a loss, right? And you were grieving and you didn't have boundaries anymore. And so maybe you gained weight. It could be in the way you saw yourself. Just wasn't, you haven't been yourself, okay? You haven't been yourself. So that image issues could be being healed at this time. Creating boundaries now when it comes to how you see yourself, okay, is what I'm seeing as well. Yeah. Walking, yeah, because you had closure on the bottom of the deck. It's kind of like walking away from how things used to be, whether it was for a time, a phase, a cycle, or if this is just how you've been. It's like closing the door on this sadness, on the way you see yourself, the way you, because usually with boundaries card, I'm looking at it as you creating boundaries between yourself and, you know, and others or things, keeping something sacred. But in this case, next to the grieving card, I'm seeing it as boundaries you created against yourself. Okay, pile 3, against yourself. The things that you've kept yourself from being able to see within you, if that makes sense. Okay? So the way you saw yourself with this beauty card, your image. She's looking at herself in the mirror, okay? Closure on the past is being healed. You're closing a door behind you of something you've been grieving that has changed you so much, even physically. Okay? If that makes sense. Goodness gracious. I hope I was able to explain that correctly. Yeah. Yeah, what's being healed is like closing on this cycle of grieving, of restriction, okay? The way you saw yourself, and walking into like more purpose, your talents, the things that you like, starting anew, okay? The way you see yourself is what is being healed, if that makes sense, because you also have new beginning, okay? Restricting yourself from new beginnings because of something that you've been grieving, and restricting yourself from the way you saw yourself. Maybe you let yourself go because of the things you've been grieving, okay? Which has further restricted you even more from closing the door on certain things, from following your life purpose, from seeing your own abilities and talents, which would create your new beginning for you. So that something being strengthened within you, that is what's being healed. Okay. My goodness, pile 3. Okay. After loss, after grieving. Okay. That's what's coming out here. All right, angels, what's being healed in love when it comes to love for my pile 3? Okay. You also got this. The last pile got soul contract. What's being healed is that you've learned your lessons. You've learned your lessons when it comes to a soul contract. There's some truth being revealed to you, okay? Or you realize the truth about a previous connection, okay? Hold on, something flew out. Okay. Unexpected outcome when it comes to, it could be a truth that is revealed to you that is unexpected, okay, from someone. Or you like how did I not see that? You know, like this could be your own surprise in a realization. You know how we get to the end of something, you're like, and you just sum it all up. It's like, okay, I see the truth of a situation when it comes to love. I see the truth when it comes to these lessons that I've learned. And so you may be surprising yourself. Also, let's see what else is being healed in love. And it could also be saying that, you know, this Lionsgate is going to bring an end to a fantasy, okay, through you realizing the truth. You realizing the truth, okay, took you out of a fantasy. Put it that way. You realizing the truth of something, you now see the negative aspect of this. It's like, okay, how can I put this? Whatever you learned during this soul contract clearly tied to someone else. The truth, this unexpected truth, killed a fantasy for you. Okay. And I think that is going to, it wasn't meant to hurt you. It was meant to correct the way you see something. In order for you to learn your lessons, pile 3, you have to see the truth, okay? Really and truly, whether you give this a second chance or not with return here, I believe that you've been molded differently because of this. That's what's being healed. You know, sometimes the second chance, the opportunity, and the amends is not necessarily with a person. It's making amends with yourself, the way you saw things. It's giving yourself a second chance to love again, to experience again, okay? To walk in truth and not in fantasy. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like you're returning. You're returning kind of like to who you're supposed to be, who you are to be. If this makes sense, okay? Yeah, you're returning to the healing that you didn't do, that you overlooked. The lessons that you are just now getting. You know, sometimes we have delayed reaction. We have delayed understanding, things like that, okay? I think the healing that's happening here is that the truth just keeps surprising you, right? And nipping, it's steady nipping at the fantasy, the dream, that you thought something was. But in the process, you are returning to your natural self, the way that you're supposed to be. The things that you ignored, where you're really having to take now a real look at yourself and deal with things. Because you're not being carried away in fantasy anymore. As you heal, you're remolding, and it's giving you a second chance at life, at perspective, at opportunity. Making amends with yourself, okay? Okay? Which heals with soulmates. I'm looking at this as healing and releasing the past, right? People that you love and connections that you've had is being healed. But also what I feel like is you are healing what you'll be attracted to, or what will be attracted to you in the future as well. Okay? Because you won't any longer be attracting things based on like what you're missing, what you're grieving concerning. You'll attract people towards you off of the healed version of you, if that makes sense. The healed version of you instead. Okay, that's what I'm seeing here. What is being awakened for my pile 3 collective. Angels, what is being awakened for my pile 3? Goodness, a lot of cards want to come out for you. Let me keep shuffling. What's being awakened? Yeah, 3 of fire. Vision, expansion, your own goals, things that you want for your own future now is being awakened. How you see your future is being awakened, is what I'm seeing here. Having a new vision for yourself, for your life. Dreams, goals, and pursuits, things that you want to experience in the future is being awakened. Okay. Also with the Lovers, that's being awakened is your ability to make better decisions for yourself. To choose better relationships is being awakened for you. To deal with your emotions head up is being awakened for you. Okay. To take responsibility and accountability for your choices is being awakened for you. Okay. And the Sun is being awakened for you. Your own enlightenment. Okay. Knowledge, perspective, you know what I'm saying? Success, because you have future here. Expansion of your mind. What's being awakened for you? You seeing the light as well with the Sun. A new day. Okay. And what's being awakened for you is that you trust in love again. Okay. You trust in happiness again. And that you see yourself as being worthy of those things in the future. Okay. For pile 3. After grieving. And these things were needed. Yeah. And really, you know, childhood memories being awakened for you. Maybe the things that you originally wanted to do. Okay. You really dealing also with those things. Where growth was stagnated before, you starting to flourish. It's almost like the inner child being healed is being awakened for you. Because look at this, the Ace of Fire. Your creativity being awakened for you. The things that you thought you couldn't do, but realized they were just stunted. Okay, they were closed off because of all the things that you were dealing with. So yeah, activating your inner child creativity is happening again for you. That's what's being activated. Yeah, your faith and your healing and your inspiration and fulfillment is being awakened for you as well, pile 3. After all of this, this is what the Lionsgate portal is awakening for you and healing for you and bringing in for you. So this is what I have for you, pile 3. I truly do hope this helped. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Also, personal readings and donation info is going to be down in the description box. Thank you ahead of time for your support of the channel. All right. Peace, love, and ascension to you. Bye. Pile 4, hello. You're here, I'm here. Let's go ahead and get into your Lionsgate portal reading. If you skipped over the intro, this reading is going to kind of look into what the Lionsgate portal that started on July 26th at its peak on August 8th and closing on August 12th is bringing into your life as far as what is being healed. And that means what is being healed and left behind, what is being awakened or activated at this time for you, and then any final angelic advice to you. So let's go ahead and get into that. All right, pile 4. Angels, what is my pile 4 healing during this Lionsgate portal? What are they healing? Okay, spirit guide. I think your connection to your higher self. Okay. And for some of you with your spiritual team. Okay. Your connection to the cosmos. Your connection to, you know, again, your higher self, to the universe. So God, things like that. You're healing. Yeah. Some of you with it being spirit guide, is that you're healing the ability to trust your own guidance. Okay. Goodness. Pile 4. Trusting your own guidance is being healed. Yeah. Healing. The fact that, you know, with the truth, seeing the truth for what it is also. Understanding with this, I'm looking at this like it's when you know, okay, you're healing what you know to be the truth, and your ability to accept it, you know, as well as what I see here. Also for some of you, healing the trust that you have in your own knowing also. Okay? When we know things, it's like trusting what you know. Healing self-doubt. Trusting that you're being guided as well with spirit guide. Okay? Yeah. You're healing and transforming. Okay, trust the changes that are happening. Like allow yourself healing the fact that you are forever changing as well, pile 4. And it's okay that you have transformations, okay? More than likely based on the new knowledge, the new perspective that you have. You're constantly ever evolving as well, okay? Your truth changing, the way you see things change. You heal through these changes and these perspectives and this higher knowledge and the messages and the guidance that you receive. Okay, so it's kind of like having more compassion for yourself, the way that you know this develops for you. Okay, what's also being healed with the Empress with fertility here in financial matters is your ability to manifest and draw things towards you. Okay, that you don't always have to do something to receive could be being healed. Okay. This also kind of gives me imagery of knowing that things change. Okay, that change is on its way. With transformation, you're transforming yourself. Okay, it could be that some of you are, what's being healed and transformed is the feminine aspect of you that is the receiver with financial health. Okay, your ability again to attract the things that you need with fertility here. And trust that the things that you need will be drawn to you, like healing that. I guess the worry about it, the worry of money, the worry of not having enough will be healed during this. Okay, that aspect is being transformed, okay, in your life. You're being guided to what is for you also. Believe in, and then when I see spirit guide as well, I'm looking at it as like trusting, even in healing, your ability to trust the unknown, the unseen, what you can't see, okay? But also knowing that it starts here, right? In the realm of the unseen. And then this is the materialization of it. If that makes sense. Okay. Okay. What else is being healed for my pile 4 through this Lionsgate portal for my pile 4 angels? Ooh. Okay. Yeah. Lightening your load. Yeah. Duty bound. Okay. Taking on more than you can handle. Doing everything yourself is being healed. This is giving 10 of Wands energy here. Okay, carrying the load, carrying the burden, working hard for things, and then possibly like not getting what you're with financial matters here, not getting your what you're worth, okay, is being healed. Having to be strong all the time, okay. What's being healed is your ability to receive with blessings here, pile 4, without having to strain yourself up for it, pile 4. I know this energy well. I know this energy well. Trusting your spirit team too, trusting God, trusting the universe, trusting that the angels are like, you know, they're bringing things to you. They're, you know what I'm saying? That situations really are transforming, that nothing is staying the same. What's being healed is for you to realize that you don't have to be everything all the time and do the hard stuff all the time in order to receive what you need to take care of yourself. Okay, with this lighten your load, doing everything by yourself. Okay, to your breaking point, past your limitations, carrying the weight of others, because this is literally the world on your back, on your shoulders. Having to be the strong one, the one that gets everything done. And then healing your ability to receive with blessings. We have to be open to receiving when it comes to, let me cover this up in case. You have to be open to receiving in order to receive even your blessings, you know. Okay. So trust that spirit is working with you too, is what I see. Also, what else is being healed for my pile 4? Give me 1 second. Card flew. Yeah. I feel like with beauty, again, another pile got this. I believe it was 3. With beauty. When I get this card, I feel like it's image issues also is being healed. The way you see yourself, because she's looking in the mirror. And this is whether you're a man or a woman, male or female. Okay. The way that you see yourself is being healed. Okay. This is like, I'm hearing like, so what? I have a couple extra pounds, you know. As you let go of these things, it's like transformations happen. Sometimes we're stalling a transformation based on how we see it. Feeling like things have to be so hard in order to get anything. Feeling like you have to be a certain level of, like you're harsh with yourself. That's being healed. In order for me to get anything that I want, in order for me to transform, everything has to be hard and harsh and heavy, and I have to be strong, is what I'm seeing here, pile 4. And that's not trusting in the universe. That's not trusting in God. That's not, you see what I'm saying? If this makes sense, pile 4, you'll know it. You'll know it. Yeah, you'll know it. What are you also healing? It's possible that you're healing the things that you commit to. Okay, the things that you commit to. You could also be healing your ability to move on as well from things with travel. Not going places, not going anywhere. For some of you, because of how you look. Or not being happy with, again, some type of image. Like not caring anymore. That's being healed. Happiness over, at the bottom of the deck. Putting your happiness first. Doing the things that you're happy doing. Okay? That's being healed. Yeah, pile 4, you're healing, you're letting go. You're letting go of all of the strongholds you kind of had on like yourself. Let's see what's being healed in love. Yeah. Confusion is being healed in love. The things that you were unclear about. The things that you were, again, I'm getting this duty bound, you know, you're healing the confusion. I think that you're also healing your ability to either stay the course for some of y'all when things get hard with responsibility, or not taking on, like walking away from things where you've had to take on all the responsibility of it because you got lightening your load. Okay. What's being healed? Yeah. Because you got reciprocity is leaving situations that are not in agreement. Okay. With the equality, the evenness of responsibility. No longer being confused about that. It's like, why are all these things my job? Right? What's being healed in love is there's no more confusion about the balance. If it's not being given, if it's not being gave, it's not for me. It's like, escaping these traps of duty and all this responsibility on you. Okay. It really disagrees with, where you are now. What you've healed, what's being healed is relationships with confusion, and that don't reciprocate, not deserving your presence here with absence being there. Okay. Kind of like relationships, if you're the one doing everything, then and it's not being reciprocated, which this is being healed, by the way. Your ability to see it, your ability to leave it where it is. If it's not reciprocating, not staying in those things. And I would even say, regardless, with her looking at the photograph, regardless of what history you have with a person. These flew. Child, let me gather these, because I was about to show you this card on the bottom, which is detachment. I had to let this go so I can clear my mind. Detaching yourself, okay? Removing yourself is what's being healed from situations that don't reciprocate your energy, the duty, the work that you put in. What is being healed in love when it comes to my pile 4? Yeah, you're going to do the unexpected, okay? The unexpected will be, the shocking point will be you detaching and you paying, I was getting ready to say paying a MF with your absence, What's being healed? Living in turmoil too. Screaming inside, pile 4. Screaming inside. Reaching your... I can't make this up because I feel it for you, pile 4. What is being healed? All of the things that you held on to. Literally at war with yourself. Because you've reached your limits and your breaking point, okay? And it obscuring the beauty of who you are. The heart that you have, okay? Because it's just not... I'm confused. How is it that I'm present in my relationship, that I'm giving everything that I can, I'm carrying the load, and I'm still not getting reciprocation? Whew. Pile 4. That's what's being healed, is the non-reciprocation situations. Not only will they be healed, but they're healed by you not staying in them, by you not staying attached to people who are like this, okay, towards you. that leave you in confusion, that make you feel like it's got to be something with you. You know, I think just escaping these situations without apology. Some of you might even ghost those situations. Nothing said. It's like they're gonna know why they are. Thinking fell upside down. Thinking upside, upright, missing you, craving you, desiring you. I think that what this is saying, that you're no longer craving something that makes you feel like this. So the craving of and the desire to make something work. I'm going to be in my divine, you're healing your divine feminine, okay? You're healing the things that have influenced you up to this point, okay? To have gotten in this state of being in non-reciprocating situations, okay? Yeah. And I think that people will want to spy and get information and want to see what you have going on. They won't know much about what you have going on. It's almost like you're healing by disappearing, and it's like people don't know what you got up. Once you heal this, it's like to not have access to this again is going to be their bad. Okay? Once you reach this breaking point and you heal this feminine aspect of you that feels like you have to overwork, overgive, overdutify, if that's even a word, child, that just came out, overdutify, yourself, carry the loads of others, give more than you're being given, pile 4. Things being transactional with you, but it's still not fair, if that makes sense. What's being healed in love when it comes to pile 4 overall? The past, just your perceptions, the way things went, the memories that you had. What's being healed is no longer revisiting the past, also healing the past of how things were. Okay. What's being healed, you have a mirror here, narcissism, being involved with narcissists, talking to narcissists, thinking that you can get through to them. Okay. All right. What's being healed? You have abundance at the bottom of the deck. Your ability to receive in relationships. Your ability to manifest. Okay. No longer fearing, you no longer having codependent connections is also being healed. No longer being, codependent on a relationship as well. Okay. No longer being like codependent with twin flames here or false flames. Choosing only connections that value you, that compliment you, okay? That balance you with yin and yang, okay? Some of you, if you're separated from someone, no longer feeling that level of separation from them, or the abandonment that comes with that, or revisiting the past constantly, okay? Being freed, like your mind being freed of those things. What's being healed, things not being what they seem, not being what they look like, being strung along, okay? Being strung along. Falsehoods. If things not being what they seem, not amounting to what a person said or what they acted like something would be, no longer being seduced with this sucker here. Like, here, I got a piece of candy for you. You can get it after you do. You know what I'm saying? No longer being strung along and seduced and not necessarily in an SX, SEX way. It could just be like you're someone stringing you along with the idea that something is going to become more than what it is, that they're going to do something that they're not going to do. They seduce you with the possibility of a treat later, of I'm gonna do this later on. Okay, child, you're healing that toxicity within your life. You're cutting the cord. You're cutting, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go ahead and escape now. Anything, this just came to me, Power 4. Anything that you feel that leaves you in a situation where you have to do all this work, like up front. Any situation where you have to put all the work in up front. A friend that doesn't, like, let's say, for example, you get with a woman that doesn't have a job at that time. And you got to put all the work and all the responsibility of the relationship up front. There's no guarantee that there will be a return. And I know, big heart, out of love, I love this person, whatever the case may be. But that is what's being healed, is you feeling like you got to put all this work in to get anything. To get anything. That's just an example. That's what this Lionsgate is healing for you, is that, real commitments that you don't have to do anything for. Oh, prove to me that you're worth me committing to. There's no amount of proving. There's no amount of duty that you could do. There's no amount of anything that you could do to prove to a person that you're worth committing to if they never planned on committing to you anyway. It's just to get. A piece of your blessings, a piece of your abundance, a piece of your energy. And it's still never being enough. It's still always, it's so interesting how it always just falls short. Just falls short of, you see what I'm saying? You did that, but it could have been better. It could have been better. It always falls short of a commitment, of a proposal, of the long haul, of decisiveness. You're going to be all right being single, Pile 4, if that's part of your story. What's being activated and awakened for my Pile 4 collective? Yeah, that spirit guide at the beginning though tells me, you see this. You could see it. You could see it before, and you have to heal your ability to trust what you're seeing, what's being reflected to you, to trust it. That's what you're healing. Yeah, and your boundaries with the Queen of Air, your brilliance. Don't again, and I know in the pick a card for August, I know for one of the piles, it's like not insulting your own intelligence. Don't let people insult your intelligence. What's being awakened for you is your brilliance, okay? Your ability to pinpoint, your sharpness of mind, your sharpness of intuition, your pinpoint ability to target exactly what is what, okay? Your what's being awakened, your ability to change your luck and have progress and the change that you want to have because your mind allows you to. What's being awakened for you is also the expansion of your mind, the wheel changing and turning. You able to see all these different aspects, okay? The spectrum is changing, okay? What else is being awakened and activated? Yeah, the 6 of Air, okay? Relief, hope being instilled, your ability to move on with lessons learned, getting smarter, more intelligent. knowing when it's time to turn the wheel, knowing when it's time to drive away, knowing when it's time to move on. Why? What's being activated for you, if it's not the long term with the Ten of Pentacles, if it's not the long haul, if it's not adding on to me, because Ten of Pentacles is when we're adding on to ourselves. We're increasing our value is also what's awakening for you. Okay. The level of security and prosperity coming into your life as well. Stability. This could be a better job. This could be you owning a business as well. Okay. Yeah. This flew over. Yeah. This is leaving anything that does not provide a level of security, stability, and long term to you, that isn't giving to you. Okay. So what are you awakening? Fair is fair, like fair is square. Windfall, more generosity into your life. Empowerment, empowered to leave behind cups that you've invested in. Standing on your own, having a level of independence, being able to take care of yourself and be okay with that. Giving to yourself, if that's what it is. What's awakening for you is realizing your own capability, your own abilities. Okay, the fact that you're very generous, and guess what? With the Two of Water, you know what you're awakening? Finding matches to who you are, to who you actually are, in friendships, in the things that you commit to. Okay, the partnerships that you take on, you're going to be more strategic about those things. You're going to reassess those things properly. Okay, a cup for a cup. Okay, understanding and going with your intuition. Why? Because you've been there, done that already with the Nine of Fire. Protecting the growth that you've had. Being prepared for things. Using your wisdom now, more intuition, more psychic abilities opening up, being prepared for the next level. Okay, prosperity, contentment, celebration, fulfillment. Some of you even could be awakening, bringing in the home that you want, pile 4, because you got the pile 4. You're in the pile 4, and the 4 is coming out here. But also becoming more solid in your stance, more solid in the foundation of who you are. You know. What else is awakening for my pile 4? And I'm going to close on this. What's being awakened for my pile 4 collective? Yeah, your wisdom. Okay, your wisdom. More wisdom's coming in. Higher spirituality, higher knowledge as well. Okay, because she's got all of these symbols on this this scarf like thing that she has on, this cape like thing. Vast knowledge is what I'm getting from there. Vast knowledge. You know, good karma. I'm also seeing with the Justice at the bottom of the deck. Fairness, good. You know, good karma coming in, things balancing themselves back out. Good karma coming back around with the 8. Okay, which lets me know that's that August. This is that Lionsgate energy. More options for you are opening up. Okay, as well. And literally you have strength, the Lion. More courage, compassion, and perseverance coming your way. Creating a door of success, a path of success for you, where you start seeing your wins in many different sectors of your life, pile 4. After you choose to trust yourself, after you choose even-handed situations, fair exchanges, release the need to do for every little thing that you get. Okay, and to love yourself with the Ace of Water, to have more self-love. And trust your intuition. Trust that you're being guided. That's what I see here for you, pile 4. This is your reading. I truly do hope that this helped. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Also, personal readings as well as donation info will be down in the description box. Thank you for your support ahead of time. Again, I truly hope this helped. Peace, love, and ascension to you, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.